week is regionals. Nope, we got another one tomorrow night, so don't pay any attention to that. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock from Mountain View. But we're in the middle of our introduction, so let's start at 1:13. Eric Urbina for the Beat Diggers will receive a forfeit, and at 1:20, no wrestler for the Beat Diggers. Marion Sidio, ranked number 3 in the state, will receive a forfeit win for Platte Valley. 1:26, it'll be Caleb Cox, ranked number 2, going against William Cockcroft from Platte Valley. 1:32, it'll be Hunter Forsyth taking on Ismail Guzman. And at 1:38, number 8 ranked Oswaldo Nunez will take on Colton Buckridge. At 1:45, versus Ricky Mendez will take on Josh Yancey from Platte Valley. And number 2 ranked 152-pounder Wyatt Fowl will go against Jeremiah Garcia. He's scheduled to wrestle Zach Waite, ranked number 5, but he's going to go against Jeremiah Garcia. At 160, Jade Queen will go against number 6 ranks Wyatt Reisner. And at 170, Nick Wellen, ranked number 11 on the mat, will go against Colton Moore. At 182, no wrestler for the Beat Diggers. Ernesto Rios, ranked number 7 at 182, will receive a forfeit for Platte Valley. Thomas Metlin at 195, ranked number 12, will take on number 10 ranked Joseph Cockcroft. And at 220, Brush's Isaac D. Herrera will take on Roberto Lara. And at 285, Servando Herrera will go against Jaden Wirtz from Platte Valley. And Austin Curtis will finish it up for the Beat Diggers, as he is going to receive a forfeit, no wrestler at 106 for Platte Valley. So we're just almost ready to go here, waiting for the referee, Rich McGurl out there.
The Beat Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Proud to be the Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan. With locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush, they are available 24/7 for your banking needs.
Okay, we're underway. At 113, Eric Urbina is going to pick up the forfeit win. Beat Diggers go up 6-0, and Platte Valley will get it right back. It'll be 6-6 after Varian Sidio will pick up his forfeit win at 120. So our first match will be at 126. Caleb Cox going against William Cockcroft.
The opening match is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design has the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building. Try starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design.
And we're underway. Cox right in on a single leg, right to double leg, and puts Cockcroft to his back, picking up back points. And Cox will give up on his just kind of a little tackle that put him right to his back, and that'll be a 4-point move for Cox. 2-point takedown, 2-point near fall. And Cox working the one-on-one, trying to roll those wrists under. We're right here at Matt's side on a big blue mat. Cox with a little, they're going to go out of bounds. So I head back to the center. We're starting here at 126 pounds. Caleb in on the left side. Grab the, looks like he's setting up a tilt. Got 2-on-1. He really pulls that 2-on-1. Sucks it under. And got a little 1-on-1. Cockcroft getting those arms way out there. Cox will reach under the 2-on-1 and sets up a deep tilt, and over goes Cockcroft, giving up some back points here. A little loose, and he's going to get back to his base. And Caleb keeps it locked up. Now pick up 2 more near fall points. And he's trying to work. Looks like he may try a rooster tail there as he reaches that left arm through the legs, grabs the wrist. Loads it up. Now it comes right back to his cheap tilt and suicides it over. Cockcroft's on his back again, 24 seconds and counting. And there's a 3-point near fall coming up Cox's way. As he breaks that hold. He's up 9-0. Inside of 10 seconds to go in the first period. Yeah, Cox throws the grapevine in. Figure fours it. Hits a hard cross face. Turks him over, but we're going to run out of time in the period. I don't know if he's going to give us any back points right there at the end. I guess not. So we head to the second period. 9-0 for Caleb Cox, senior for the Beat Diggers. Caleb will take the down position. He tripods up, feels the wrist, and gets the escape. He's now up 10-0. Right in on a double leg. Cockcroft goes down, and Cox has got him turked over on his side. The referee not counting there. Caleb will come around, get a cross face from the left side. He pulls that one-on-one in, throws a double grapevine in, puts the elbow on the back of the head, cranking a power half now, right on the far edge of the mat. Cockcroft fights out of that, and they'll call him out of bounds. Send him back to the center. 12-0 for Caleb here. 1:22 left, second period. Cockcroft in on the left side. Good hard side drag, works that near arm. Now he's got a wrist and a half Nelson, and over goes Cockcroft. He's not going to last very long here, I don't think. Cox has got him stretched out, sunk in that half Nelson. Cockcroft's working hard. Now Caleb gets the first half in there, knocks him up for the pin. That comes exactly 3 minutes into the match. So next up will be Hunter Forsyth as he checks in.
The Brush Beakers Western Engineering Consultants provide civil engineering services for aviation, municipal, commercial, and residential clients located in Colorado.
Okay, we're at 132. Hunter Forsyth going against Ismael Guzman. They're tied up ear to ear. Guzman's headgear comes off and we'll have to stop it. No, excuse me, that's Hunter's headgear that came off. Platte Valley in a black singlet with some blue trim on it. And we're underway. Oh, nice little head and heel by Forsyth. And he's going for the takedown. He'll tackle him right at the edge. And somehow that's not a takedown. Nice tackle and nice head and heel. And haven't seen that happen and not get 2 points out of it, but we didn't get it on that call. So they're back on the ear. Little throw by attempt by Forsyth. Now you're to a single and steps over the leg. A little counter there by his opponent Guzman. Now Forsyth lifts him up, dumps him down. And Ismael Guzman hooks a knee, but they're going to give the takedown to Forsyth. Now Forsyth trying to spladle him out there or something. He's been working on that in practice. So he's got the grapevine in there, grabs that knee, lifts up. Guzman does a good getting his head down. Forsyth comes back, hits him with a crossface. That needs to just turk him over. Now got the referee in the way. Now Forsyth's working that arm to almost, looks like he's trying to set up a guillotine on him. Can't quite get Guzman to cooperate. Now he gets the arm up there, trying to reach back that half Nelson off the guillotine there. Guzman grabs the head and dumps Hunter over the edge. Now Hunter grabs the arm, puts a hammerlock back there on that left arm, loses the leg. Now scissor circle the other leg. Now he gets caught in a headlock, sags out of that, maintains control. We're inside of 10 seconds to go first period. 2-0 for Hunter Forsyth for the Beat Diggers. Now Forsyth sets up a rooster tail tilt and tilts Guzman over, but too late, not enough time in the period. Beat Digger's choice. Hunter's going to defer. Guzman gets set. Takes the down position. Forsyth gets that hammerlock back there on that left arm. Getting out to the side with it. Guzman trying to crawl forward. Now Hunter scissor circles that near leg. Puts a head lever in there. Breaks him down. Pulls back that hammerlock again that he lost earlier. Guzman kind of stretched out. Now here comes a half Nelson, a power half from Forsyth from the right side. Gives up on that. Now he's going for that leg and that spladle look. Guzman tripods up there. Now reaches back, hooks the head of Forsyth. He's a little high, and Forsyth's about to get dumped over on his back. He's trying to sag out of there. Oh, he does. He about got himself in trouble. Right back to that spladle look. And Guzman is on his back. We can see the back end out, but he's going to kick out of there. There's some back points coming. Forsyth's going to pick up 3, and he popped out of that as Guzman just about hooked the head. Give a 3-point near fall there. First points of the second period, 38 seconds left and counting. Forsyth trying to set up that spladle again. Gives up on that. Now he'll lift Guzman up, dump him down hard. Right almost into the Platte Valley Bronco cheerleaders here to our left. Inside of 20 seconds to go. They work right on the line of this blue mat. There's the Beat Diggers in that Cardinal singlet. PHS across the front. And Forsyth right back to that split, banana split, whatever we call that. That just can't break Guzman down. And head to the third period. It'll be Beat Digger's choice. Hunter looks at Coach Quindle, and he'll take the down position. Forsyth up 5-0. So we head to the third period. Guzman in on the left side. Forsyth tried to switch to the left. Guzman ties up the wrists. Trying to crank that hammerlock back on Forsyth. He's back in a little more better riding position. Forsyth trying to stand up, hooks a knee, pops around behind, and about to step over. And there's a little whizzer in there by Guzman, but Forsyth throws a half Nelson and throws Guzman to his back. He had him pinned there for a second, and now he's getting teed out to the front. He's got that reverse half sunk in there, shoulder in the chest. And Guzman trying to kick out of it. He was flat again there now. Flat again and flat again and again. And now Forsyth's going to give up on that and pick up his 3-point near fall. As he gets a reversal too. That'll make it 10-0. Forsyth working from the top, 45 seconds and counting. Guzman kind of flattened out. Now, Forsyth gets a half and a far wrist and walks it over, and he's got Guzman down again. And if he doesn't get the pin, he'll get the tech fall. As he's got 28 seconds, and there it is. Another pin win for the Beat Diggers. Took quite a bit longer. The 5:32 pin for Hunter Forsyth. Oswaldo Nunez will be up next.
Stubbs Gas and Oil. Make Stubbs Gas and Oil your next stop heading out of town. During your visit, you can gas up your vehicle, sit down to lunch, get snacks, and your hunting and fishing licenses. Find everything you need at low prices at Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins.
Well, we're underway. Number 8 ranked Oswaldo Nunez here at 138. He circles Colton Buckridge, and he's right in on Buckridge on a single leg. Now he gives up on that. They work to the far side. And here, throw attempt by Nunez. And Buckridge is going to pop around behind, get the takedown, throw Nunez to his back. Nunez pops up gets a single leg. They work right at the edge. Nunez lifts him up, dumps him right to his back, and going for the pin as Buckridge's shoulders are out of bounds, and now they're going to be out of bounds. And I think Nunez will get 2-point reversal and a 2-point near fall out of that. Got out of shape there for a moment, but ended up on his back. Now here comes the tilt. A little cheap tilt, and Buckridge is on his back. Nunez picking up back points. Buckridge will get back to his base, and Nunez will pick up 3-point near fall. He'll let loose that hold, come right back with it. Buckridge does a roll and runs out of bounds and rolled out of bounds. About landed in the cheerleader's lap, so he'll be out of bounds with 1:04 on the clock. Nunez will move in on the right side and lift Buckridge up, dumps him down, and locks up his tilt. Over goes Buckridge again. Buckridge trying to kick out of this. The back points are coming for Nunez. Yeah, he's only got a 2 count out of that. And we'll get 2 points awarded. And now Nunez will give up the free escape, or gave up the escape to Buckridge. He'll go down on his knees. Right in the 10-foot circle, shoots in on a single leg. Buckridge grabs an ankle. Nunez gets him over the top, pops out the backside, gets the takedown. Buckridge trying to hit a switch, and Nunez is going to throw in a, looks like he's kind of got a leg in there. But gets a little better riding position on Buckridge. It's already 11-3, and Nunez working that far elbow off the grapevine. Looks at the clock, and he says, well, let's head to the second period, up 11-3. There's Waldo going to go on her feet. I think Buckridge deferred. There's a shot by Buckridge. Waldo catches him in a front headlock. Pops him down, spins around behind, and gets the takedown. And there comes that tilt again. Buckridge not quite as tight this time, so reaches back, hooks the hand, and now Nunez gets 2-on-1. Kicks that grapevine loose, I think. No, he may still have it in there. As they work the wrist, now Nunez hits a hard crossface, traps that far elbow, locks up a cradle. And he's trying to lock that up. Buckridge, and he suicides him over. No, don't do that. And Buckridge about to get out of there. And now Buckridge has got a bear hug on Nunez, throws him down, and is going to get a reversal. Waldo got a little overconfident there. He needs to reset and get off the bottom. Inside a minute to go here in the second period. It's 13-5 now. Waldo in the lead. Now he's got to build a base. Tries to do a little Granby roll. Too slow and gets snapped back and almost put on his back. Well, Buckridge with the leg right as Waldo turns into him. Waldo kind of caught underneath. Buckridge laying on his side with, I thought it was Waldo was going to swim out of there, but Buckridge is maintaining control. Now as Waldo gets hipped out of there, has a knee, trying to suck it in here right at the edge, and Buckridge is going to grab the ankle and settle that down. They'll have to head back to center as we go out of bounds. 16.4 seconds, 13-5. Buckridge in on the left side. Waldo stands up. Buckridge lifts him up, dumps him down. They might have got away with locked hands. Waldo reaches back. Buckridge is going to pick him up, dump him down again, and we're going to head to the third period, 13-5 for Nunez. Okay, they're going to neutral position again. Buckridge slowly circles. Nunez drops down to the knees. He reaches out and taps Buckridge's head. Now Nunez in on a single leg shot, goes to double, gets a vicious crossface from Buckridge, and Nunez dumps him down hard right to his back. And he's picking up back points. Kind of a bear hug by Nunez. He's about to roll out of there. And the official looking at the clock trying to count the points, but probably needs a couple more. Getting the takedown, 3-point near fall. That should make it 18-5. And Nunez working on the far edge, trying to set up a cradle, it looked like. Now he's going to work for that guillotine. And now he turks Buckridge over. And I think, well, he's not quite getting back points. Buckridge trying to work out of this Turk move by Oswaldo. Now he's giving up back points. Well, just one. Just a one count. There's another one count. Oh, there's some back points coming Oswaldo's way. 30 seconds left as he's trying to got the elbow locked up there, going for the pin. He's got him stretched out. He'll win the match here, but he's still got time to get that extra point. But Buckridge is going to pop out of there. That'll be 3, and that'll be the tech fall. Okay, 21-5. So, how about that? Okay, Oswaldo Nunez will win the match. Next up will be Ricky Mendez against Josh Yancey at 145.
State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen in Brush. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today, 842-4555.
Okay, we're underway. Ricky Mendez going against Josh Yancey. Mendez ties up, gets the wrist tied up, breaks out of that. Mendez, a lot of movement there, and feinting. They haven't tied up yet, really. As he kind of worked to the other side of the mat, to our right. Tie up wrist, break part. Now, nice shot by Yancey in there deep on it. And give a takedown to Yancey. And Mendez reaches down, hooks his wrist. Now he's trying to step over. Locked up the foot underneath. Now Mendez reaches back, hooks the head, and can't pull Yancey over. He's going to pop out the backside and tie it up, though, with a reversal. Ricky Mendez, he can go every which way out there. And you wonder where is he coming, and he comes out on top this time. Throws in a double grapevine as Yancey's tripoded way up high on the edge of the mat. He loses the double grapevine. Now they pull it back in there. He's got the half Nelson sunk in there. The official's going to send him back to the center. 28.4 seconds, tied up 2-2 here at 145 pounds. Mendez in on the right side. Get that cross body, trap that far elbow. Kind of a spiral ride. Got that far elbow tied up. Now I throw the grapevine in. Try to throw a half Nelson from the right side. He's cranking that hard as Josh Yancey fights that off. No, he's got the far wrist and that half Nelson and throws him down, and they'll be out of bounds. And out of time. Tied up 2-2. Should be Ricky's choice. So Josh Yancey's choice. And his coach says, let's take neutral. It's Devin Wolf, the head coach here at Platte Valley. They work the wrists out there again. There's a shot in there by Yancey. And Mendez kind of got caught on his heels again. Same thing happened in the first period, but Mendez has got a half Nelson, even though he's kind of caught. He's got Yancey's head in his lap, but he's got a half Nelson in there somehow. They're going to give Yancey the takedown, but not sure Mendez didn't have the. They're going to give Yancey the takedown. I don't think there was ever any control there at all. But Mendez will have to come from behind again, down 4-2. 1:18 on the clock. Stand-up attempt by Mendez. Working that wrist control underneath, trying to get those hands clear. Mendez in those gold shoes, trying to stand up. Yancey hanging on for dear life, got a toe. And then gets in a sit-out position. Yancey just has him around the waist. Let's see where that other hand is, but they'll call a stalemate. Referee will. 43.2 seconds on the clock, second period. Mendez down 4-2. Quick stand up by Mendez. Peels the wrist and gets the escape. Ricky, a lot of head tapping and slapping going on there. And feinting. Kind of works Yancey over here towards the beat digger bench on the south side of the gym. Now Mendez throws him out of bounds. They'll have to restart. Set at 20 seconds to go. Another shot by Yancey and dumps Mendez right down. And there's a tackle and another 2-point takedown. Mendez kind of setting on a hip there, looking at the clock. And they get a stalling warning on the Platte Valley wrestler. 2.1 seconds on the clock. 6-3 for Josh Yancey from Platte Valley. Now, restart, quick stand up by Ricky Mendez, but they'll run out of time. So we're going to head to the third period. 6-3 lead for Platte Valley Bronco. Not sure why they're doing so much talking here. Yancey goes over and talks to his coach and looking for Ricky Mendez's choice. And he wants top. Took a long time to make that decision. Had me confused. Ricky will move in on the right side. Goes that spiral ride. And there he goes. Throws Yancey down there as he was trying to run out of bounds. Now Mendez breaks him flat right at the edge. And Yancey trying to build a base. He ran over to the edge, but now just staying there. Now Mendez trying to get out and run a half and a wrist, but they'll be out of bounds. Still 6-3 for the Platte Valley wrestler. Coach Quinlan showing a little visual move over there. Ricky in on the right side, this left side, comes over to the right side. It's that crossbody, breaks him flat, now tries to sink the half Nelson in. There's Yancey stretched out there. And now Mendez out that wrist and a half. Now grab it from the other side. Is Yancey trying to crawl to the edge. Mendez throws him over, has that half sunk in there, dumps him over on his back, gets a 1 count. And maybe 2. Let's see. No, just going to say a 1 count. So it's still 6-3. 1 minute to go in the third period. Josh Yancey gets set. Mendez for the Diggers. And on the right side. Goes for that wrist. Yancey goes for the edge. Mendez throws in that reverse grapevine, backwards grapevine with a power hat. Breaks Yancey down right at the edge. Trying to get a leg in there. Yancey blocks that. Now Mendez gets the arm bar in there and walks a half around on Yancey again. Now they're going to stay out of bounds again. As boy, Yancey can't wait to run to the edge. He should be getting dinged for stalling again, because boy, he makes a beeline for the outer ring there, about 3 times in a row. Ricky's got to slow him down. He gets a tight waist in there, breaks him flat. We're down to 28 seconds and counting. Goes for that hammerlock again, but can't get it back there. Yancey just hiding his head, and Mendez with 17 seconds left, trying to get a grapevine in there or something. And working the wrist, and Yancey hiding his head there in the middle. 6 seconds left. Ricky's out to the side and trying to run something, and they'll slide out of bounds. It's going to end up 6-4 for Josh Yancey. That'll make it 23-9 on the team side. Wyatt Fowle will be up next against Jeremiah Garcia. Okay, we're just about ready for that. Well, referee's over there. Go ahead.
Transwest Chevrolet Buick, serving Northeast Colorado and now located in Fort Morgan and Sterling. They have a great selection of new and used vehicles. Stop by and take a test drive.
Wyatt Fowle lifts up Garcia, puts him down. Didn't quite get the takedown. Garcia reaches back, hooks the leg. Now Fowle gets him in a front headlock. Slips around back, gets the takedown. Now Fowle works for a cross-face cradle. And he's got it locked up, and over goes Garcia right at the far edge. And he's going to be pinned. That'll be a 37-second pin for Wyatt Fowle. Beat Diggers win another one here. Make it 29-9 for the Beat Diggers. State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through your insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen in Brush. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance. Give them a call at 842-4555. Okay. Jade Queens taking on number 6 ranked Wyatt Reisner. 160 pounds. Queen in on a single leg. Reisner trying to sprawl away from it. He's going to pop around behind. Queen is spinning. Spins one way, then the other. Now Reisner's going to get the takedown. So he went spun to the right, and then spun to the left, and back to the right. And Reisner come up on top. Now he sets up a rooster tail ride. Reaches through the leg, grabs the wrist, trying to put an arm bar in there. Queen fought out of that. Over by the cheerleaders on the edge. Now Reisner breaks Queen down. Going for that rooster tail ride again. They have that wrist tied up. No, Jake clears that and try to spin out of there. Stands up. Reisner's going to throw him to the edge, and he'll be out of bounds. Might have got away with locked hands there. So restart. Shade under a minute to go here in the first period. Quick stand-up attempt by Queen. Reisner has a tight waist in, following him around. Queen up. Yep, gets broken down again. He lost that far elbow. Reisner in a little different singlet than everybody else is wearing. This one's all mostly white with some blue. He goes right back to that rooster tail ride, grabs that left arm up between the legs. Queen gets the arms loose. Now Reisner trying to half Nelson. Queen trying to spin into him. Hooks a knee, but Reisner does a good job of keeping the tight waist in there and follows him around. Now Reisner will throw the 2-on-1 on the left wrist to Queen. Queen got bunched up underneath as they work for wrist control. Now Reisner comes back with that spiral ride, a little roll by Queen, but Reisner stays with him. We'll head to the second period, 2-0 for Platte Valley. Be Jade's choice. Looks at Coach Quinlan. And Jade Queen wants top, it looks like. Comes in on the right side. Reisner trying to crawl forward, working over to the far edge. He stands up. Queen will drop down on a single leg, and they'll work out of bounds. 2-0 for the Platte Valley wrestler early in the second period. Pete Diggers lead the duel, 29-9. Queen in on the right side. Get the tight waist, grab that right ankle. Breaking Reisner down. Now hit him with a hard cross face. Reisner bases up. Queen comes back. Working the wrists underneath. Keeping that tight waist on. Gonna get a half in there. Keeps Reisner broken down here. He's kind of bunched up in a ball right here in front of us at the edge. Now Reisner gets her wrist free. Queen's just pull him out of bounds. Reisner almost got away there. He's a senior. Okay, Queen will come in on the left side this time. Reach out and grab the right arm. Left arm with a tight waist. Reisner peels that away. Now Queen grabs that wrist. Trying to pull it back to the hammerlock, but lost it. Reisner's pretty tall and lanky. Queen trying to bust him forward and get that wrist control underneath. Reisner breaks that free, gets hit with a cross face. Queen's got a leg in there on the, no. Working the wrists and the hands there. Reisner about to stand up on him. And Reisner's going to get the escape. Got that wrist control. Queen right down to a single leg. Reisner trying to fight it off with a whizzer. And Queen trying to heel trip him back, and they'll be out of bounds. Pretty good scramble there for both wrestlers. Good defense by Reisner, a good shot by Queen. 15 seconds here in the second period. Queen circles. There's Reisner with a shot. Queen spinning around behind. Reisner's got a long arm out there and hooked a knee and trying to work over. Queen trying to throw the grapevine on. And there's going to be a two-point takedown for Queen because he got the legs in there. And that brings up the Platte Valley coach. They didn't like that. And the referee's going to pat the coach on the back and get back to the center, and the score's still 3-2. Queen down by 1. Reisner's going to take the down position. That's the way we started the second period. Okay, Queen's ready. And on the left side, moves to the right. Reisner pretty well based up. Queen working the tight waist, working that far arm. Reisner reaches back. Queen drops down to a single leg. Queen driving that single leg, dumps Reisner over on a hip. And he's trying to work up the body as they're right at the edge. Reisner's going to be way out of bounds there. But Queen's trying to drag him back in. And now the official restart him. Rising ranked number 6 on the 3A side. Peters dropped down to number 11 this week. Queen in on the right side. It's cross face. Can't get that elbow. Reisner kind of based up. Queen trying to bust him forward with that tight waist and that near arm, or near wrist. And Reisner reaches way back. So he's got a hold of Queen's wrist, and he's going to peel away and get the escape. Go up by 2. He goes back into the 10-foot circle. Reisner trying to work his way to the edge. Queen will chase him back there. Reisner with a good shot, and on a single leg, Queen sprawling away from it. Got an underhook on it, and Reisner's going to pop out the backside, dump Queen to his back. He's going to give up a takedown and maybe, going to give up 2 near fall points, excuse me. Reisner's up 8-2 inside of 30 seconds to go. Queen bellied down there. Reisner goes right to that rooster tail right again. That must be his main move. There's Queen broken flat. Trying to base up there. 6 seconds left. Queen trying to run away. So they go to the edge, and that'll be the match. It'll be 8-2 for Reisner. They will lose it, but they only give up 3 team points. That'll make it 29-12 in the team battle. Now we'll step out with Nick Wellen on 170 pounds as he'll take on Colton Moore.
Central Auto Parts. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape. So make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store.
Okay, Nick Wellen, a sophomore for the Beat Diggers, going against Colton Moore, a junior. Colton is long and very, very tall. At least compared to Nick out there as they work the wrists. He's back to that black singlet, or dark blue. Oh, Wellen in on a single leg. Trying to bring Moore back in. Moore with a whizzer in there. As they pop around, Wellen throws him by. Now comes around, spins around behind, tackles him, but we're out of bounds. Did you think he was going to come right into us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're going to restart. Say Colton Moore may be 170 pounds, but looks like he's about 6'3" out there. Very, very thin. So they work the wrist ties. Nick trying to keep his wrist clear and get a hold of Moore's hands. Moore with a long-range single. Big old sprawl by Wellen. Nice counter to that shot by Moore's. He tried to sweep the ankle. Work that wrist. Moore really tying up the wrist. Wellen another shot right over at the edge. They got a little underhook there from Moore. And Wellen trying to stay out of that. But they'll be out of bounds. Moore using that length. And we'll restart. 35 seconds and counting here in the first period. No score. Right back to those wrist ties. There's those. Wellen got a little front headlock there for a moment. But Moore ties up the wrists again as they break apart. Hard head tap there by Wellen. He shoots in on a single. Moore trying to sprawl away from it. Now there's a double leg, and Moore trying to crawl out of bounds. He crawled from the 12-foot to the 10-foot circle, clear out to the edge, and they go out of bounds. 2-point takedown goes Wellen's way. He'll have the lead. Moves in on the right side. A little dandy roll there. Period ends by Moore.
Yeah, the score wrong.
What's that? What's wrong with the score? 29-12.
Well, it says home.
That's right. Their home.
I know, honey, but they gave them the
Oh, I
two
see.
for a takedown.
Yeah, they did. That's ours. Yes. Welland takes off, and he'll go up 3-0 with the escape. I'm going to restart him. Back on their feet, and Welland up 3-0. Colton Moore using probably big hands, as tall as he is, ties up those wrists. Welland trying to stay close and shoot in, and now he's in on a single leg. Now moves off the double. Moore trying to sprawl away from it. As Welland kind of caught underneath. Moore draped up over the top. Welland trying to tripod up and post up and get out of this legs around his head. As Moore reaches over the top, working the legs. Now Welland out to the side here, and he's just about to pop his head out. And with that, to get a little leverage there, he's going to put Moore over on his side for the takedown, and there it is. Moore just kind of let up with his arm. He reached right back and hooked the leg again, but that gave up the 2-point takedown. It'll be 5-0 as Welland drives him out of bounds. Okay, Welland moves in on the right side, and we're back underway. Hit the tight waist, with that near arm. He's loading up that 2-on-1 for maybe a tilt. Nope. Moore about broke that, but Welland busts him forward. Inside of 30 seconds to go here, second period. Welland gets a wrist cranked back. Here on the right side. He's trying to work it out for a hammerlock, but Moore's kind of caught a hip underneath there, I think. Yeah, Welland looks like he's trying to use that rooster tail move. As Moore scoots around, Welland gets around in a little better riding position. We'll head to the third period. Welland up 5-0. It'll be Moore's choice. He wants down. Okay, Nick Welland's ready. And on the right side, Moore tries to sit a switch and go the other way. Welland follows him around. Tries to throw a grapevine in there. Moore stands up, working those wrists, and they'll come out of bounds. Moore was almost away. If he just turned, he probably would have broke free. We'll restart. 2-on-1. Moore tries to kind of buck him off there. Welland gets a tight waist in there. Moore on those big knees there, maintaining a pretty good base. Welland trying to put a half in there. Moore up on his knees now. Welland gets keeps behind the shoulders and tries to drive Moore forward. Moore will stand up and walk out of bounds. 1:19 on the clock. Third period. Welland up 5-0. Beat Diggers up 29-12. He's 170 pounds. Welland way out to the front here. And there's a little roll attempt by Moore. And now he's going to peel the wrist and get the escape to make it 5-1. Clock just hit a minute. There's Moore with a shot. Welland a good sprawl. Catches a head. Tries to spin around behind. And he does. But Moore rolls over. Comes up on top. And he's going to get a takedown. So now Welland, I've got 5-3 on my scoreboard. But now Welland working off the bottom here. As he tries to peel the wrist, he's right on the line. Moore trying to drag him back in, and the official's going to stop it as Moore's foot went out of bounds. 25.5 seconds on the clock. Welland set. More in here on the left side. Welland tries to stand up. More reaching for that rooster tail ride. Can't do that, but now he's trying to, well, he's going right back to it. And Welland's trying to clear that wrist as Moore's trying to lock up a cradle, it looks like. Inside of 5 seconds to go. As Welland works towards the edge, Moore that'll come out, try to put a half Nelson. Welland stands up, but that'll be the match. 7-3 for the Beat Diggers. Wow, they'll be up 32-12 as we head to 182 pounds, and they're going to go up 6.
Northeastern, for a college that will equip you to go anywhere, look no further than Northeastern. For more information, go to www.njc.edu.
Okay, no wrestler for the Beat Diggers at 182. Ernesto Rios is going to pick up the forfeit win. And 6 big points. Make it 32-18. Thomas Metlin will take on Joseph Cockroft. Metlin ranked number 12 in the state. Cockroft number 10. Cockroft listed as a senior up there on the, he's got their picture up on the wall. Thomas a sophomore. And Thomas not near 195 pounds, but Cockroft looks like he is. There's a circle and pummel. Right back to it. Cockroft circling. That little tie up ear to ear. This is Joseph Cockroft. William Cockroft wrestled earlier at 126. As they go forehead to forehead. Pushing each other around here a little bit on the edge of the 10-foot circle. Cockroft trying to come in and try to intimidate Matlin with kind of pushing him around a little bit, but Thomas will say, I'll just snap you down. And he'll do it again. They're working for wrist control. Break out of that tie-up. Come right back to it. 40 seconds left here. No score. There's Cockroft shot. Matlin caught him a little underhook and blocked that. And we go forehead to forehead. And circle around right at the edge of, right in the 10-foot circle almost. And Matlin working for that inside control. Cockroft kind of backing away here. And boy, they come together hard there. You heard the skin slap. A little throw by attempt by Metlin. 6 seconds now. Cockroft, a nice double leg tackle. Metlin's got a whizzer in there and spins around and he's going to fight off the takedown. Cockroft had him, but nice job by Metlin getting that whizzer in there to fight off that takedown. It'll be Cockroft's choice, and he's taken down. Thomas Metlin will move in here on the left side. And move over to the right. Chops the arm. Cockroft trying to hit a switch. And Metlin's going to give up the escape. Cockroft will go up 1-0 as he walks away. Got wrist control. Back on their feet. Forehead to forehead. And a break out of that. Cockroft stepping left and then right. Circling in a bright white singlet for Platte Valley. Beat Digger's all in that Beat Digger Cardinal singlet. There's Metlin with a shot. Cockroft pushes away from that. Kind of that loose tie up. There's Cockroft with a double leg shot. Metlin gets an underhook. Kind of pops Cockroft down. Tries to throw. Now he gets a single leg. Cockroft trying to mash his head down. As Metlin hanging onto that single leg. Cockroft trying to peel away. Metlin with one arm on the leg and Cockcroft over the top trying to get a crossface in there. 40 seconds left here in the second period. As Metland kind of caught underneath. Cockcroft got the crossface, now reaching for an ankle. As Thomas Metland caught underneath, and now Cockcroft gets the takedown. As Thomas Metland caught underneath, 23 seconds on the clock and counting. Cockcroft out to the side and just trying to roll the smaller wrestler over as Metland somehow fought that off. Now he stands up. He's about to peel away as he's going after a single leg on Cockcroft. He just needs to get out of there and get that 1 point, but he's not going to. He'll run out of time in the period. And looks to coach, and coach says take down. Almost down 3-0. He's set. Cockcroft in here on the left side. Cockcroft working a near arm, and he works it over to the far side, grabs an ankle, and that elbow trying to just power over Metland. Metland spinning away from it. He's hooked up that single leg, and somehow Cockcroft just working a Turk and a headlock, and somehow Metland's staying off his back. Cockcroft trying to work the elbow. He's got the half in there now. Got teed out to the front. Metland works out of that somehow, and they're going to award the 2-point takedown, or excuse me, near fall. As Metland out there hooks up the single leg as he's stretched out underneath Cockcroft. But Cockcroft grabs an ankle, tries to just throw Metland over. It's just pure strength out there. As he's got the elbow tied up. They're trying to iron cross. It's a 1 count out of it. Thomas Metland's in trouble now as Cockcroft figured out that iron cross, going for the pin. Now he's chest to chest for the pin. Thomas Metland's going to lose by a fall to Cockcroft, and that comes about 5:10 into the match, I think. Glanced away too quick. We'll make it 24-32 on the team side as Pete Digger's Isaac D. Herrera is going to take on Roberto Lara. And they shake hands. Moving right along here as we're all the way up to 220 pounds. This will be our next to last match. The Tigers have a heavyweight tonight as Servando Herrera will wrestle Jaden Works. Okay. 220 pounders tie up, and I think Laura's a lot closer to 220 than Isaac is. Isaac goes down to the knee. Laura in that dark singlet with the light blue trim on it. Broncos on the back. There's a circle, head tap. Laura's a junior. Kind of nice to have the pictures up on the wall there. Go back to ear tie up. Laura pushes that out. Isaac hand fighting and trying to circle here. They're doing a real tight tie up. Laura reaches for a knee. Isaac pops away from that. They go right back working for that inside control. Ear to ear. A little throw by a 10 by Lara. Good footwork by Herrera there. Little scramble and they break apart. Come right back to their tight tie-up. Inside of 10 seconds to go here. No score first period. Oh, there was a shot by Isaac and little underhook blocked that. right at the bell. So no score here in the first period between Isaac D. Herrera for Brush and Roberto Lara from Platte Valley. Lara's going to take the down position. This is Isaac's choice. He must be deferred. And Isaac working from the right side, lifts Lara up, dumps him down. Grabs an ankle, busts Lara towards the far side of the mat. Grab the other ankle, lift it up, and Lara will stand up and he'll be out of bounds. And we'll restart. On the right side. Tries to chop that near arm. Lara just basing up there, trying to pull the arms away. Fighting for wrist control now. Lara stands up. Isaac working a 2-on-1, trying to dump him back down. He'll heel trip him down, throws him down. Lara right to up, and here Isaac is again as he throws him out of bounds. Might have got away with locked hands there. He was bringing him down, so 1:14 on the clock, still no score, second period. Pete Tigger's leading the duel 32-24. D. Herrera hits a couple cross faces as Lara's trying to stand up. He gets these feet, trying to run away, and they'll get a bear hug and out about. Oh, they're going to give an escape on that. Almost ended up on his back. I don't know about that one. He wasn't very loose, but it'll be 1 point for Lara. "54 seconds and counting as they go on their feet." Lara tying up, a little throw by attempt by Lara. He throws Isaac around, and they'll be out of bounds. Right into the Platte Valley bench almost. Guys look like they might have met each other on a football field out there earlier last year. Now they go forehead to forehead again. Break out of that. Another couple of head taps as they work back into the circle. Let go of that ear-to-ear tie-up, more of that forehead, rub your forehead tie-up. Lara pushing into D. Herrera. That D. Herrera shoots down in and tackles Lara right at the edge, but not enough room there to get the takedown. Both these guys are pretty quick on their feet. And we're back underway with 4 seconds left. And there's a shot by Lara. Oh, man. And Isaac got caught a little flat-footed. You hate to give up a point with a half a second on the clock. Not even that. I think I looked up and seen .2. Isaac's choice. He's going to take down. Isaac bases out, stands up, running away. Now he gets dumped down, and he gets caught, turned into his opponent, and he's going to get pinned here, and he is. Isaac did a great job, run 3/4 of the way around the mat, and then turned back into Lara, and Lara pinned him. He kind of got him a little lateral drop or kind of chest-to-chest clunk, and that was over.
464.
464. 464. How about 504? 4.64.
Oh, wow, now.
Well, wait a minute. I thought he called it. Oh, now we're back underway at 285. Servando Herrera out there going against Jaden Wirtz. So there's a lateral drop by Wirtz. And Servando is in trouble because he's fighting off of his back. D-Biggers lead the duel, but not for too long. There's a pin. Let's see, it's 30-32.
24.
And the 30s. 24 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. And that makes it 32-36, but the Beat Diggers got their ace in a hole, and that's Austin Curtis. As Austin checks in, the Beat Diggers are going to win a hard-fought duel. 38-36 as Austin Curtis picks up the forfeit win for the Beat Diggers. Wow, how about that? AC Ice. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. Hey, we got another wrestling match here, guys, so don't go away. Hunter Ludgate gets his second match of the night as he's going to take on Ryan Sidwell, I think it is. No, excuse me. Yeah, it is. Sidwell. Hunter lost his first match. He's going here again at 145 pounds as they go out of bounds. On the wall, they've got Nick Deal. Platte Valley wrestler with a shot. Good sprawl by Ludgate. And he's trying to fight off he's getting lifted up. And there's a grapevine leg in there, and Hunter's taken down. And Sidwell trying to run an arm bar. Cut the wrist and an arm. Ludgate trying to fight this off as he gets spun around there. Now Ludgate trying to set out. He can't clear his inside wrist. And work towards the edge. Coach Quinlan up here at the edge saying, run around, stay back in bounds. Gonna give a 1 point. I guess it's a penalty point for not bringing Ludgate back in and pushing him out there. Quick stand up by Ludgate. He's going to tie it up with the penalty and the 1 point escape. 2-2. This is JV match. The wrestlers going forehead to forehead. Working the wrists. There's a shot by Ludgate. He's out to the side, but they break out of that. Now they work back into the 10-foot circle. Well, I got a picture of Nick Dill up there that kind of looks like him, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. But I don't see him on the roster, do you?
No.
Okay, we'll call it Dill. You never know what the coaches are going to do here on the JV side. Hunter Ludgate working off the bottom. We start the second period. It's tied up 2-2. Well, reinforced arm bar there by Platte Valley wrestler. And he's trying to walk that arm bar around. Lost the wrist underneath there. Cranking that pretty hard. And Hunter limp armed out of that. Nick Gill maintains control, and Ludwig's going to peel away and get the escape. Okay, Ludwig has one. Oh, a little headlock attempt by Dill. And Ludwig always got a tilt set up, gets the takedown, and he's getting some near fall points here. Out of that tilt, two of them as he breaks the hold. Makes it 7-2. Now Ludwig with a good cross face, traps that far elbow. And it looks like he's trying to do work up a. I think he was going to go for a cradle, but now he just walks that around and picks up another couple of back points here. And holding loses the hold. It's got a near fall. Just Did a crossface, trapped his far elbow and rolled his opponent over. Now comes a crossface from the left side. Nice job of posting up the elbow by Ludwig as he gets out to the side. Nick Deal based up there, fought that off. A little elbow in the back of the head as we run out of time here in the wild first period. 9-2 for, excuse me. Go to the third period here. 9-2 for Ludgate. They'll go on their feet. Here the Beat Digger fans saying go Hunter. So he pushes into Dill. They work over to the far edge and they'll be out of bounds. Restart with 1:40 on the clock. Work for wrist control. There's a little duck under attempt by Ludgate. He's tying up. Banging those forehead. Ludgate drops down, hooks up a single leg. Did a nice job of grabbing the ankle by Nick Dill, and he's going to get the takedown. And they'll be out of bounds on the far side. Looks like maybe we've got a little blood time here. Beat Diggers win the duel 38-36 if you just tuned in. Don't forget this is KSIR, Brush Fort Morgan.
Brush Grocery Cart. Groceries, fresh cut meat, and deli items. Floral, pharmacy, Western Union, and public service payments, and 24-hour gas. Brush Grocery Cart is your one-stop shop. 1302 West Edison Street in Brush.
Hunter Ludgate working off the bottom here with 50 seconds left. He's up 9-4. With Nick Deal. Well, I don't know. Now we got a picture of Arian Sidio up there, so this could be Sidwell. I don't know. And anyway, we got a Platte Valley wrestler out there that looked a lot like Nick Deal in the picture. But you hear anybody hollering Nick?
I can just hear somebody hollering for Brush.
Yeah, I hear the Brush crowd's doing a better job here. As we're inside of 10 seconds to go, I think this will be our last match. Hunter caught on the bottom, but he's got the lead. He's got the hammerlock. And it'll be Hunter Ludgate winning 9-4 over the freshman from Platte Valley. Lost his first one to Brian Rodriguez. So with that, let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with wrap up on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, and welcome back to Kersey, Platte Valley High School. Excuse me. Brush Beat Diggers win the duel 38-36. Coach Quinlan's trying to load stuff up on Facebook for us. That's and all them other fancy things you do, Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Always busy, updating all the fans with everything we got going on.
Yeah, that's really neat. I enjoy that's.
Got to keep everybody involved and intrigued. So.
But I finally figured out who we were going to wrestle last night by watching your posts.
Yep. So, Platte Valley's, one of the top teams in the state. They're in this duel for a reason, and, they have a couple pretty tough ranked kids, and, it was good to see our guys come up here tonight and battle with them, and, we lost a couple close matches. I think that we're going to be in a good place, in the right place to finish those matches come next week and down in Eaton, and the week after that at the Pepsi Center. So it was good. Even the matches we lost, we saw some good things out of our kids and encouraging stuff every day.
Well, it was. We kicked it off with a couple of there's forfeit for us and the forfeit for them.
Yep.
So went even into Caleb Cox's match, and the guys led it up until they overtook the lead at 285, but Austin Curtis was the kicker there. So
it's tough, giving up 6 to that kid there at 20s. That's a match. It's definitely going to be wrestled next week between him and Colin, probably in the semifinals or the regional finals. So it would have been good to look at him tonight, but we're waiting for Colin to get back for us. It'll be good for us next week. Caleb going out there getting the fall. And then Hunter coming back. Hunter went to school here last year, so it's good for him to come back and beat up on his old team.
Well,
getting that pin for us. So.
I didn't realize that. I'm sure that was a lot of extra for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Oswaldo, I don't know. He's about to give me a heart attack tonight.
Yeah, he's going 100 miles an hour all the time, and 90% of the time it's in the right direction. He's doing the right things, and there's times in the matches where he's trying a little too hard to get something, instead of just going for the takedown. He's always looking to put somebody to their back, and sometimes that turns out into a scramble situation, and we're in a bad situation, and end up giving up some points. So as long as he keeps cleaning those things up, just keeps being as aggressive as he is, and we'll be fine there.
Well, Ricky had a tough match there with the answer.
Yeah, we talked to Ricky about that. He's got some big, long legs, and he leaves them out there for people to shoot in too often. He's got to make sure he's hipping down and cross-facing and whizzering. He likes to get to his hip a little bit too much. He feels pretty comfortable there, but he's got to realize, in this match, if he gives up one less of those takedowns, it's a 4-4 match, or we're winning that match 4-2. So he's got to make sure he's, staying solid and not giving up cheap points, because those are starting to cost us now at this point in the season.
Yep. You can't make mistakes at this week or next week.
Next week? Nope, definitely not. We got to make sure we're cleaning those things up.
And Nick Wellen had a big battle along with Jade Queen. Jade Queen going against the number 6 ranked kid, but he sticks his nose in there. Wyatt Fowl, of course, picked up a quick pin over.
Yeah. And same thing, that would have been nice to see Wait there. He's coming off an injury, so we'll see him next week at regionals. That'll be another one of those matchups we could have seen tonight but didn't because of some things. So we'll see him next week. It'll be nice to see him tonight. And then Jade's battling. He's got to make sure he's staying solid on his feet. We can't be giving up short time points. And just make sure he's keeping his head up and scoring some points when we can. I think there's some opportunities. Same thing. He's looking for 3-4 points when we need 1 or 2. And that can change the whole complexion of the match. So we got to make sure our guys are scoring points when we can, no matter whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
Thomas Matlin, he just kind of got out-horsed there at the end.
Tommy weighed in at 176 today, and Cockcroft here weighed in, I think, about 193. So he's got to realize that, you're going up that much weight, you can't be going up a body with these guys. You got to make sure you're, using your quickness and your speed to your advantage and get these guys moving and get to leg attacks and make sure we're getting 2 hands to leg attacks. That happened a lot tonight. We would get in on a shot, our other hand was still tied up on their head or on their elbow where, we get 2 hands to that leg. That's a whole nother story there. We're running and scoring those points.
And Isaac D. Herrera ended up pinned, but that one could go either way next week, too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of those things, too, where D. Herrera's a little green, and he went into that match, and he wrestled a great first period, and then, second period came around, and, things got a little tougher, and then he got a little wild. He tried to get in on a shot and left his elbow up, and that cost him, Against a kid like this, on a team like this, you can't afford to make those mistakes. You got to make sure your elbows are in and you're taking 2 hands to that leg. We take 2 hands to that leg, we might be, circling and running the pipe. Instead, we're, elbow up in the air and we're getting caught and monstered right to our back.
That went quick when he made that mistake.
Yeah, and same thing with Servando, Same thing, Servando's a freshman wrestling, weighing 198 pounds, and, we bumped him up to heavy tonight just to see what that would look like. And he's same thing, it's a learning experience for him. He's got to know that he can't be leaving that elbow up in the air. We got to get 2 hands to it. We can't have the elbow up in the air. We got to make sure we're driving through on our shots and finishing them. This time of the year, we got to score points and make sure we're not giving up easy stuff like that.
Okay, now tomorrow night we'll be on the air at 6 o'clock, right?
Yep, correct. 6 o'clock from Mountain View and Loveland.
Yeah, it's just straight west.
Yeah, it'd be nice if, we could stay up here tonight and have the kids jump into somebody else's classroom for a day, but instead we got to go back home and do this all over again tomorrow.
You do. You did a lot of road tripping last week, too, so we better let you get down the road. But, the kids are looking good. They had a heck of a week last week. Victories last week over Prairie View, the 5A team. That was you only lost one match by 1 point. And it doesn't say what a great duel it was because the kids just battled, and every match was a battle royale, and you guys all came up on top, all but one. So that was great. And then the Sheridan match, that was a tough little duel. They got a couple guys there; they're pretty salty.
Absolutely, Sheridan's a very, very, very tough team. That's the reason we got them on the schedule. Them and Olathe, it was good to see those guys before the state tournament. Those guys are teams that we usually don't see until state, and by that time, we're kind of guessing as to what they're going to do. This year we'll go into the state tournament knowing exactly what we got and exactly what they got and how we match up and what we can do there. So that was really good to get that duel in for them.
Yeah, Olathe's got some long, tall, tough kids.
Yes, they do. Yep. Yeah, it was that Oswaldo lost to that Yarnell kid down at Florence, 16-5 in the semis. He got a little wild, and the kid made him pay for it. So it was good to see, Oswaldo come out last Friday down there at Sheridan and completely control that match and, finish with the 6-0, almost majoring the kid that majored him, a couple weeks prior.
Yeah, that was a great match. That's the way he needs to wrestle every match.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, under control and using his stuff. He's got to realize that he doesn't have to go 100 miles an hour to turn these kids. He's just got to keep the good pressure and stay in control. Yeah,
he's very confident, but that might get him in a little trouble.
Yep, it does. But that's okay.
You need that. But
yeah.
If you can control it. And Conifer, I didn't get to see that one. That was a long road trip. And then it was a good trip down to Sterling.
Yep.
Had some good matches there, too. So that was quite a week.
Yeah, absolutely. We went 5-0 last week and, now 6-0 in the last 2 weeks. And, the last duel we lost was against Valley back in the beginning of January. So, the kids have had a pretty good schedule, and they've wrestled, up to their ability pretty much every night. And, hopefully we carry that in tomorrow. Mountain View is a pretty tough team. Coach has got his guys ready to go up there, so be a pretty tough match. We're looking to get another match at, I think 38s with the Contreras kid against Oswaldo. That was a pretty close match at the Old Chicago tournament until the third period. So Oswaldo's going to make sure he wrestles all 3 periods against that kid and hopefully, come back and get that win tomorrow.
Okay, they're about to cover us up here, so I know you're wanting to get on the bus. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow night. I hope we wrap it up with a win tomorrow night.
That'd be great. Finish the season on a high note for sure.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Aaron
Thanks, Rob.
Quinlan, head coach for the Beat Diggers, and Beat Diggers are looking good, doing a great job, Coach. So
thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's been fun to watch them. It's going to be fun. We got not only 2 more weeks, darn.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 2 more weeks and 1 duel.
Yep.
So we'll do the duel tomorrow here on 1010 KSIR. They'll kick it off at 6 o'clock. And Mountain View going to have a bunch of JVs? Or?
I don't think so. I think we'll probably only have 1 or 2 JV matches. We're kind of thin right now with a bunch of injuries and some other things. Some kids need to focus on some grades. So that's where most of our team's at tonight, working on the grades. They got study hall instead of coming here. So making sure make that the priority. Yeah,
you got to learn to. You got to do that if you want to be varsity.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you, Rob.
Thanks for stopping by. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Beat Diggers win the duel 38-36 over Platte Valley. Eric Urbina with the forfeit win. Then Barry Insidio for Platte Valley come back with a forfeit win at 120. Caleb Cox with a pin at 3 minutes over William Cockcroft at 126. Hunter Forsyth a 5:32 pin over Ismael Guzman from Platte Valley. at 138, it was a Tech Fall 21-5 for Oswaldo Nunez over Buckridge. That's Colton Buckridge. Ricky Mendez lost a tough one, 6-4 to Yancey of Platte Valley. Wyatt Fowl with a 37-second pin over Jeremiah Garcia. And then at 160, Jade Queen lost 8-2 to Wyatt Reisner, ranked number 6 by on the mat rankings. Wyatt Reisner with an 8-2 win over Jade Queen. Nick Wellen with a 7-3 win over Colton Moore. And at 182, no wrestler for the Beat Diggers. Ernesto Rios, ranked number 7, picks up that win for Platte Valley. 195, it was Joseph Crockcroft with a 5-10 pin over Thomas Metlin. Isaac D. Herrera was pinned at 220 by Roberto Lara. Servando Herrera for the Beat Diggers was pinned in 24 seconds by Jaden Wirtz. Austin Curtis, though, came back with the game winner, a forfeit win at 106, and the Beat Diggers end up 38-36. So they're about to set the lights off here on us, so don't forget, stay tuned tomorrow night about 6 o'clock here on 1010 KSIR. I want to thank Isaac for running the board, all our great sponsors, and if you see them, give them a big thank you, because that way we can keep Beat Digger Wrestling on the air here on 1010 KSIR. So with that, Beat Diggers win it 38-36. We'll be back tomorrow on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. Good night from Platte Valley.